The Maharashtra Assembly has passed a very specific public security bill. It is aimed at curbing urban Naxalism in the state. Chief Minister of the state, Devendra Fadnavis, introduced the bill in the Assembly and said that the bill is necessary to contain Maoism in the state. He said that while at least 4 districts in the state were affected by urban Naxalism earlier, only 2 taluks remain affected now. He also added that such organizations goes against the very idea of Indian Constitution. Now, the Communist Party of India (CPI) opposed the bill when it was put to vote in the Assembly. The Speaker announced, however, that bill has been passed after winning the majority vote. Now, earlier on Wednesday, State Revenue Minister Chandrasekhar also tabled the report of the Joint Select Committee on the bill. The Maharashtra Special Public Security Bill 2024 was introduced in the winter session of the Assembly in December 2024. Now I'm being joined by Advocate Subhash Jha, political analyst, and also Rainy Abraham, senior journalist. So thank you, gentlemen, for joining us here on News9. Now let me first bring in Rainy Abraham. Rainy, please define who is an urban Naxal for our viewers and what is the scope of this bill?
Well, to put it very simply, we have in Maharashtra and particularly from Mumbai, the case of Arun Ferreira, who was, sought to be prosecuted as an urban Naxal. I mean, that's the latest coinage as being an extreme leftist, who was working towards creating anarchy in society. Now, the fact of the matter is, there were 7 cases that were lodged against Arun Ferreira, and he was subsequently, over a long trial process, acquitted in all. So there was a need felt by the government, I imagine, that the existing laws were not effective enough to curb urban Naxalism as it is being spoken about today. So we have had a lot of extremist agencies, but here there seems to be a clear intent on curbing leftist extremism. And if I may add here, the fact of the matter is a lot of leftist organizations are very operating undercover, in a manner of speaking. Allow me an indulgence to cite an anecdotal reference of Kanhaiya Kumar, who is now with the Congress. But back in 2019, in the run-up to the Lok Sabha elections, he kept on insisting that he was not associated with any political party. Now, I had occasion at a press conference to cite this to him and ask him to clarify whether he was not, in fact, with the Communist Party of India. Finally, he had to concede to my question, and he said, there is a provision in the CPI that you have to be a member, a secret member for 6 months before you may officially join the organization. So that is to emphasize the fact that many of these urban leftist organizations operate covertly and the extreme side of their organization. And that is exactly what I believe this bill is supposed to be trying to address. Although, let me say, the conception is there, it is very crucial to see how the implementation will be done and whether there will be any kind of, dilution or corruption, because where there is discretion, there is corruption. So how well it will be implemented will be the crucial test for this bill.
All right. Now, Renee, that's a very interesting point that you've raised, that how these left-wing organizations operate very covertly in different areas. Now, let me bring in Subhash Jha. According to you, what is the state of left-wing extremism in Maharashtra at this point, the scale of it essentially?
I partially agree with Rennie what he said, that this is urban Naxalism is certainly a huge challenge thrown all over the country in different states. Those operatives covertly work for destabilizing the country, and all their activities are absolutely anti-national and they cannot be countenanced. But I slightly beg to differ that this is something to do with only urban Naxalism. Just look at what is happening in Maharashtra. In the aftermath of the government of Maharashtra introducing 3-language policy, what has happened? Political parties like MNS led by Raj Thackeray, what has he been doing? He has been virtually terrorizing those people coming to for their livelihood or working here in different sectors. They are being targeted, they are being harassed, they are being beaten up, they are being uh, terrorized. And so much so, in the past, two Dubey brothers, doctor brothers in Kalyan, were even killed in the year 2019, if I mistake not. So therefore, all these things is not something, it could escalate to any time. And certainly this could be made use of for people like Raj Thackeray also. Why only urban Naxalism? Because it is squarely covered, if you see the definition of what is unlawful activities. It would, his activities would squarely fall under subsection F, which defines, and subsection 1, 2, and 3. It will certainly fall into those categories of cases, and people like him should also be, can also be booked, and they should be booked. You can't have a political party or outfit like this, that you keep on terrorizing in the name of language. And your language for Marathi is ultimately what? Marathi is considered to be the younger sister of Hindi. There is, both are Devanagari languages, and therefore why there should be, people should be divided, beaten up, terrorized in the city of Mumbai, or in the state, or for that matter in the state of Tamil Nadu. Now these activities, since they covertly work under different brand names, so therefore banning the organization, I do not know, I find there are some flaws where in the bill, which is required to be taken care of. And one of them is that there is no court defined which court will be conducting the trial. The punishment under the act, it may be 3 years if you are a member of an unlawful organization which is declared to be unlawful, or it could be 7 years if you actively participate therein. So therefore, where would be the trial? So there is nothing mentioned in the act. Now similarly, there could be difficulty. There has to be adequate provision that what happens if you ban a particular organization. It would start its operation under different names, different groups, and it happens so quickly